Greetings, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Hope the beginning of your August is going well. Excuse me. So, right now, the plan is still to record our Peace Walker episode on the 11th. I wanted to go ahead, so I don't, as much as I'm dying to get into this game, and I'm going to go in that here in a second. I don't think I have the time. I've got some chores I need to do, but I wanted to take a break and listen to the pre-mission tapes. I don't know if I love how the Metal Gear Solid games from, well, I guess it started with Peace Walker, are going in this tapes direction. I am kind of missing the codec conversations and learning about the lore and the world through the conversations like that. What else? Oh, so I'll be playing the PS3 and the Xbox One version of Ground Zeroes, and here's why. And I miss when games used to do this. So there is I guess a Raiden themed mission for the PlayStation version of it, so the PS3 and the PS4 version, that you can unlock. And am I getting that right? So maybe it's for the PS3. So maybe the Raiden mission is for the Xbox version. Either way, so one version you do a certain amount of missions and you find certain stuff, and you unlock Raiden. And then the other version, you unlock PS1 Solid Snake. So maybe the PS3 and PS4 version you unlock Solid Snake, and then the Xbox One and 360 version you unlock Raiden. I'll have to double check that, but I miss when games used to do this. Like they kind of did this recently with Delta. The PlayStation version has Ape Escape minigame, and then the Xbox version has something different. I don't know what it was. Comment if you know. But let's go ahead and get into this. So I'm going to be starting ground. It's like I was originally going to wait maybe another week or two before starting Ground Zeroes, but since I'm going to be more than likely working to unlock both Raiden and Solid Snake, I might be starting earlier. And I still, for those of you that have been here for my Silent Hill playthrough, I would still like to get either the good or the good plus ending for that game as well. I'm going to have some time probably next week or the week after where I'll probably spend 2 days or so just trying to knock that out. And, the second playthrough of Silent Hill should go much quicker now that, I know the puzzles and my way around the game.
This is a one-man infiltration mission, boss. Equipment is the bare essentials. Anything else will be OSP. The target location is a prison camp on a U.S. military base. Those Marines have the place locked down tight. Your only backup will be one extraction chopper. We can't send anything else.
You won't need to.
Again, this is infiltration, a sneaking mission. Your number one priority is remaining undetected. Use discretion before engaging any guards you encounter. Be mindful of their sensory perceptions: sight, sound, smell, and pain. Fortunately, these atmospheric conditions will continue until dawn. That should provide you with some cover.
At least the weather's on my side.
Wow. So that's my first time hearing in-game Kiefer Sutherland as Big Boss. I almost forgot that was a thing. Like, obviously I knew, but wow.
Your mission objective is to rescue Chico and Paz. According to Chico, they're both being held at an old prison facility. Recon from the intel unit supports this, so it's safe to assume that's where they are. Once you've gotten them to the RV, call in the extraction chopper. I'll monitor the situation and offer guidance from here, but you'll be the one in the field. How you handle this mission is entirely up to you, boss.
Kaz sounds the same, though.
Snake, yesterday we received official communication from the IAEA. It says, it has come to our attention that your organization recently purchased nuclear fuel from Uzbekistan authorities. We request permission to inspect your facilities.
What a load of bullshit.
Yeah, they're after Metal Gear Zeke's nuclear warhead. I'm betting this is payback from Cypher after Paz's leak.
Using the UN.
There's no telling how much influence they have.
Chloe!
The IAEA can
Sorry,
only
I had to do
inspections
it.
in countries that are party to the NPT.
And we're not a country.
Exactly. We haven't signed a safeguards agreement with the IAEA over peaceful nuclear use, and we're not obligated to report any nuclear material we have, nor information about any nuclear facilities. The IAEA has no authority to inspect us.
But despite all that,
That nuke's our last line of defense. We don't want to announce we have it until the world is preparing to wipe us off the map. Until then, we let everyone think we're just a private army with conventional firepower.
what's Huey's take?
That the problem's how to hide the nuke in Metal Gear. But I gotta tell you, he was all for it.
I see. But there's no way we can have the IAEA poking around here.
So what do? Ignore them?
Send them an official letter of refusal. Say that we're a private organization and we've done nothing to attract this suspicion.
You got it.
Wow, it is weird. So I'm just for Solid Snake and Big Boss / Naked Snake, I've been used to hearing David Hayter. It's like, I mean, Kiefer Sutherland obviously has a good, like, tough guy voice. No doubt about it.
We finished Zeke's waterproofing reinforcement yesterday.
Sounds like
The day
Huey's
after
the same.
Tomorrow we'll be done installing the main depth control tank, the
Which makes it even
compressed air
weirder
tank,
that they
and
would
the attitude control propeller
replace
Huey.
If the underwater test goes well, next week we'll try
David
the
Hayter.
300-foot seabed depth.
Drop the act, Huey. How did we end up agreeing to the nuclear inspection?
Because after you sent that letter, I told them. After careful reconsideration, we agree to your request. And frankly, we should be inspected. This is our chance. If they come and go without discovering the nuke, we can tell the world we're clean. Of course, it's risky, and we'll have to make sure everything's perfect, but it'll be worth it.
Huey, can they do an inspection without going through the Board of Governors?
We contacted the IAEA's admin branch, and they said there's no record of us being brought up at any of the board's meetings.
I'd say probably a preliminary inspection to determine whether we should be referred to the board. So it's bound to be a small inspection team, and they won't be here that long. Don't worry, leave everything to me.
Has the media gotten wind of this?
Yeah, 2 major Western networks want to do stories on us. I planned on saying yes.
What? You want to broadcast this place to the world?
That's why I agreed to the inspection. This is a golden opportunity. We can use the media to prove to the world we don't have a nuke. Besides, even if we said no, it would just be delaying the inevitable.
Kaz, our hands are tied now. Start getting the place ready.
Thanks, boss.
Don't get the wrong idea. You set it up so that any more changes of heart will arouse suspicion, that's all.
Zeke stays, but we'll have to move all other AFVs to shore. Any potential troublemakers can go with them for some mandatory R&R. Sound good, boss?
Just do it.
So I think the big thing is whether or not this will feel like the same character. You know.
About the inspection, what do we tell the men?
The truth. What else? The one thing we don't need to worry about is anyone here spilling the beans about Zeke.
Good point. What about the Sandinistas? There's still quite a few of them left on the base.
I hate to say it, but it won't look good having Soviet bloc personnel here. The problem is, moving a group that size in a hurry would look even worse.
At least Amanda's on assignment in Cuba. They'd recognize her. She should stay put for now.
All civilians save Huey will have to return to their countries.
Even your Parisian.
Of course, we'll get her whatever paper she needs. Dr. Strangelove's departure came at a perfect time. The less Zeke-related staff here, the better.
Wait, she left?
That's right. You were away on a mission. She left last week. There's nothing cooking in AI weapons research, and Zeke is complete. There was really no reason for her to hang around.
I'm surprised Huey let her go that easy.
Yeah, his crush on Strangelove was never much of a secret, huh? He followed her everywhere while Zeke was in development. Boy, would she get pissed. But he does have a lot on his mind right now. I've got bigger issues to deal with. That's what he said.
That's the spirit, Huey.
"10 days ago, we got reports that Paz was still alive.
She survived.
She was rescued by Belizean fishermen who found her drifting in the Caribbean.
So what's the plan? Silence her before we're compromised?
No. I've got something else in mind. Our friends at Cypher suspect Paz could be a double agent. She's being held for interrogation at a camp on the southern tip of Cuba.
Black site. Nice. A slice of American pie on communist soil, and out of U.S. legal jurisdiction.
The upcoming inspection of Mother Base has to be connected somehow. The timing's too perfect.
The UN's nuclear inspection.
My guess is they're trying to corroborate Paz's leak.
We're an army without a nation.
Word of our capabilities gets out, and we'll have the whole world out to shut us down. Having an American private intelligence agency involved's bad news. Cypher's the ones who sent Paz to us in the first place.
She knows their true nature.
Right. Paz is our only link to Cypher. If she's still alive, we need her on our side. If not us, who else is gonna rescue that bitch?
When do we do it?
The inspection comes first. We'll deal with this afterwards.
Do the men know?
Word has started to spread. The information came from Cuba through Amanda. One of the base personnel used to belong to El Frente. I'll tell everyone we don't concern ourselves with the survival of enemy spies. We need them focused on the inspection. And if we get her back here and she isn't cooperative, there's still plenty of room for her in the ocean.
Works for me.
Wow.
What about Chico? He had a chance to stop Paz from hijacking Zeke and he blew it. He's carried that guilt ever since. Kid really did care about her.
Chico, it's hard to say how he'll react.
Have Amanda call him out to Cuba. He shouldn't be here right now.
Good idea. They haven't seen each other in a while. Little time with Big Sis and he'll forget all about you-know-who.
You know, it's interesting. I can't imagine going from Metal Gear Solid 3, and I haven't played 4, but going from, let's say, Metal Gear Solid 3 with the last time you saw Big Boss, and maybe people decided, I'm not going to mess with Peace Walker because it's a PSP game, even when it got, what's the word? Even when it got ported to Xbox 360 and PS3, maybe people still wrote it off. But I don't know, I feel like the hardcores. But imagine being like somebody who didn't play Peace Walker and you would have no idea who these characters are.
What? Still no sign of Chico?
What's going on?
It's Amanda in Cuba. Our resupply package arrived, but Chico wasn't with it. Relax, Amanda. I'm sure he's just exploring Havana or something. First time in the big city. Could have gotten carried away.
Cos, wait. The boat Chico was on, did it stop anywhere before it got to Havana?
Yeah, it had to refuel at Santiago de Cuba. You don't think... Oh, shit. You gotta be kidding me. He does this now?
It's 60 miles from Santiago to the prison camp. Chico used to cross the mountains with the older Sandinistas like it was nothing. He'll make that in 3 days.
Still, even if he does find his way there.
You know how reckless he can be.
Damn.
Chico thinks we've abandoned Paz. That's why he's doing this.
We'll start by having the intel detachment in Cuba look for him.
It's not worth it,
Can't
Chico.
let him be
Don't
captured.
do it.
Some cages to the east of a big building. It's an old grassy facility. That's where we are. Help me, Snake.
It's a setup.
We have no choice.
Yeah, if Chico talks, he could blow the nuke cover up. We can't hold off until the inspection's over.
When can we be ready?
It'll take at least 16 hours to confirm the flight path and prep a bird. The intel unit has started reconning the area.
Sounds like I'll have to miss the inspection.
Boss, we'll just have to send someone else to get them out.
No. I'll go.
Yeah, Chico and Paz would only take orders from you anyway. We can't go taking on those Marines at the base head on. It's gotta be off the radar, and it's gotta be you.
Hold down the fort, Cos.
He's the only man for the job.
Snake, you can forget about civil liberties where you're headed. God only knows what they'd do to you if you got caught. Do not let that happen. The Cubans leased the land to the U.S. as a gesture for helping them gain independence from Spain. The deal remains in effect until both countries agree to dissolve it, or the U.S. abandons the land. That's why America still operates the base even after La Revolucion. Problem is, it's leased land.
Meaning it isn't American soil, so the U.S. Constitution doesn't apply there. That allows them to withhold its civil rights protections.
Yeah, that's Uncle Sam's excuse. The area was originally only for detaining refugees from countries like Cuba and Haiti. But a few years ago, the CIA and its like started using it as a black site. Enemies of the state are renditioned there and subjected to extreme forms of interrogation. You can bet Cypher had a hand in that. As you'd expect, American and other Western human rights organizations aren't allowed anywhere near the place. What happens there disappears down the memory hole.
Who knows what they're doing to Chico and Paz?
I'd like to interrogate her ourselves, but if worst comes to worst, make sure she's dead. Chico, on the other hand, we have to bring back, fast. He knows too much about us.
Cos?
The area is surrounded by mines placed by both the US and Cuba, making escape on foot impossible. You're heading into the Lion's Den, Snake. Don't take this one lightly. Come back in one piece.
Damn.
Yeah.
God, sounds like we're going straight into hell. Let's see how long.
I heard about Paz's tapes.
Yeah. Why do
I heard about Paz's tapes.
Yeah. Why do you think she'd leave him behind? And that diary?
Whatever it was, her commitment was wavering. That much is clear.
So she was leaving clues to help us.
No way to know for sure. And the ocean's not giving her back.
November 4th, 1974. At the outskirts of Barranquilla, Colombia. Contact with Big Boss successful. Zadornov posed as my professor, but Big Boss took one look and knew he was KGB. However, he does not seem to suspect me. To him, I am just a peace-loving student, and another victim of the CIA. We asked him to drive the CIA out of Costa Rica. To him, this means betraying his country. His forces are smaller than anticipated. They drift from place to place with nowhere to call home. That provided us an opportunity, so we seized it. Zadornov offered them a plant off the Costa Rican coast to use as a base. As expected, Miller jumped at the chance. Although initially reluctant, Big Boss came around when Zadornov played in the tape. All because the voice on it sounded like his mentor, the boss. Naked Snake, the man who once saved the world from the brink of nuclear war. Awarded the title of Big Boss for his service. He later became a mercenary, abandoning both his title and his country. To him, that honor was steeped in the blood of the boss, the mentor he was forced to eliminate. Exceptionally charismatic, he possesses unparalleled combat and intelligence gathering abilities. His only discernible weakness is her. This operation hinges on how effectively we can exploit that.
Damn. Well, so this is... I love that... Okay, as much as I've complained about the tapes and... There's... The way the Peace Walker is designed, there's no way they could have put the tapes or as, like, listenables during the Peace Walker missions. I just don't think that would have worked. But this adds some good context to what has been going on in Peace Walker.
Half Japanese, half American. He once served in Japan's Self-Defense Force. Though he and Snake first met as enemies, they discovered a common bond and together built their private army, with Miller directing business and administrative affairs. He comes off as shallow, but his true intent is hard to read. I must be careful. All that is clear is his infatuation with Big Boss.
Infatuation? Nothing was happening, I promise. Not there's anything wrong with that.
West fighting over its control, Central America is now the most contested region on Earth. CIA Central American Station Chief Coldman has developed Peace Walker, a fully AI-automated, fail-deadly nuclear launch system with which he aims to reignite the Cold War. Snake's new objective in Costa Rica is to prevent that. Zadorov's, or should I say, the KGB's plan is to play the two sides against each other, turning the entire region red. Not one of the three parties realize they're all just pawns in Cypher's hands. Cypher watches all.
Creepy. It's... because I never suspected that she would betray us either. She played her part very, very well.
Mother Base has developed rapidly since being established in the Caribbean Sea. They recruit more personnel daily, and already their mercenary services are turning a profit. Big Boss's leadership and charisma, and Miller's business acumen drive this impressive growth. Furthermore, joining forces with a faction of the FSLN has expanded their power even more. They have even commenced their own weapons development program. All is proceeding according to Cypher's will. I could not be more pleased. Snake's pursuit of Peace Walker led him to an AI modeled after the boss's thought patterns. It was incomplete, but, somewhat ironically, making contact with Snake was the necessary finishing touch. Meanwhile, the scientist behind Peace Walker's locomotive control, Huey, defected to Snake's army. His presence has greatly accelerated weapons development at Mother Base. I failed to
Some of these are
anticipate
shorter than I
Coldman's
expected.
madness, but nuclear war was averted. However, this was only after the boss AI on board Peace Walker sank itself to the bottom of the lake in what could be likened to suicide. The boss laid down her gun, choosing to sing for peace instead, and Snake, himself a gun, parted ways with her. In doing so, he reclaimed the title he once abandoned. He is Big Boss.
I would love to know, Kojima's, thought process of naming these characters the boss, Big Boss. They're not conventional. Even, maybe he was a if they feel like very G.I. Joe names, but even for, G.I. Joe standards, these are some wild names. But I guarantee when he was a kid, he was a fan of stuff like G.I. Joe.
Zadornov has been detained. Since this leaves my cover identity without a guardian, the Mother Base staff has taken me in. I am now better placed than ever to monitor their internal affairs. Everything continues to unfold according to plan. The developer of the boss AI, Dr. Strangelove, has also come to Mother Base. With her and Huey's expertise, they can now develop a weapon capable of matching Peace Walker. Development on the bipedal weapon is now complete. They call it Metal Gear Zeke. It stands there like some sort of mystical guardian. The soldiers gaze on it with pride and
It's
reverence.
just a hunk of metal to
Boss
me.
has elected to arm it with a nuclear weapon. As an army without a nation, they seem to feel the need for a deterrent against whatever the world might pit against them. It is a dangerous gambit. Why do such a thing? Their nuclear strategy differs from the Americans and the Soviet Union.
Does it?
The superpowers deter attack by revealing their nuclear arsenals to one another. Snake and his men know that if they were to go public with this, the whole world would unite against them.
True.
Business would dry up overnight. So they do not plan on revealing the nuke until necessary. This ace-in-the-hole approach is their idea of a nuclear strategy, wielding a deterrent, all the while unable to reveal its existence. I wonder if Snake sees how vulnerable this makes them.
It does seem kind of like a mistake, because, I mean, Mother Base doesn't have, I mean, it does to some extent have, I guess, some civilians, but it's not on land, it's in the middle of the ocean. You know, I could see, you know, certain governments just saying we're going to team up and wipe them out.
Yes. Hijack Zeke? Yes, I did indicate that to be our leverage. But I cannot imagine his agreeing to that now. But did you not raise them to safeguard your governance without borders? No, no. I have not forgotten. Cypher Watch is all.
Who is she talking to?
Yes, things are proceeding. But modifying Zeke has not proven easy. I am using Zadornov to buy some time. No, I have not forgotten what you said. However... Well, forgive me for asking, but... This is you I am speaking to, isn't it?
What?
Cypher.
Oh.
I must. I will fight Big Boss. The world must be ruled by a single will. To defy Cypher is a fate worse than death.
Okay. Honestly, I'm glad I listened to those and I didn't just decide to skip them. Obviously, I was going to listen to them regardless because we're doing the show. But if I wasn't doing the show, I would still feel glad that I listened to them because it did add a lot of context for what happened during Chapter 5 of Peace Walker. And it... I guess it makes... Like her talk about the distraction with Zadornov, Mr. Red Hand, escaping a bunch of times. I guess that... I mean, I knew she was helping him with that the whole time, but it does still seem kind of silly that they let him escape. What was it, like up to 6 or 7 times? But still, I'm really excited to talk about Peace Walker and then to begin this game. But is there anything else? Holy crap. This ride? Give me a second. I want to know. My phone's in the other room. I want to know whether or not... I think Ride of the Valkyries is in the public domain, but I want to be 100% sure. It is in the public domain, so I think it's less likely from the Valkyries, Act 3. I don't know if I've actually... I mean, obviously I remember this from Apocalypse Now. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I don't know when I'll be starting Ground Zeroes officially. It'll be soon. So keep an eye out for that, and then obviously I'll be redoing the last half of Silent Hill as well. Take care.